Okay, in the previous video that we have in this playlist, we talked about how to go ahead and, basically the right product manager resume template. And that little ka-ching right there was just another sound of me getting paid. Oh, yeah. Okay, the perfect product manager resume template. The second video was about optimizing for the applicant tracking system and what that is. And then now we're going to talk about the resume descriptions. I want to help you stand out against all the other candidates. And this is going to be the most in depth video that I'll be making. So you want to go ahead and check it out. In the past few years in technology, 2022, we had about like 165,000 people laid off. Like we had 264,000 people laid off in 2023. 2024 was 152,000, and then so far right now 6,000. Historically speaking, January has been the most brutal months, like Q1 of 2023. Oh my gosh, in the world of technology, this was freaking Stalingrad. Back it up. Get away from me. And it's been trending down, 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 down. But it still hasn't stopped yet. And unfortunately, it's really sad to say this, but we only do three verticals here, which is like product management, tech sales, and cybersecurity. A lot of people that got laid off from this batch still has not found jobs even until now. So how do we make your resume stand out? Well, here's the thing. This is the most in-depth part. Okay? Is these resume descriptions. This is the part of the resume that people procrastinate on the most because moving everything over to a template is easy. Updating the skills chart, that's very straightforward. But if you're actually talking about the resume description bullets, okay, the resume description bullets, this is the part that people really, really, really freak out on. So I'm going to help you out. First things first, let's establish how many bullets you need to have on a resume position. The standard minimum is going to be 4 resume bullets. 4 resume bullets. No more than 6 resume bullets per position. 4 to 6. That's it. And how do we go ahead and determine what you need? It's very simple. What you do here is you go and utilize my resume template right here. And you go down to resume description bullets. This Airtable, I basically have everything for you covered. And the next thing is basically this. Okay, you can always just go ahead and join my Product Manager Job Hunters United School to go out there and get access to this. Now, let's talk about here, what are the resume descriptions that you really need? Well, let's talk about your resume matrix. There's about 15 bullets that you're gonna need. And you need to go ahead and basically make something called a nice resume salad. And it's a combination of product strategy, product leadership. You're going to have to watch this video a few times. But like, I don't have enough time to review everybody's resume and give everybody a 2-hour therapy call. I literally did this shit like a few weeks ago where it was like a 3-hour, holy moly. I did a 3-hour product manager group resume review session on YouTube Live. I went to the chiropractor afterwards and it was cracking like freaking, my whole spinal cord was like freaking walnuts on steroids. Oh, okay. So this is actually like, even the people that are willing to pay me, it's just like, this is going to expedite the process of you getting more interviews faster. Because my people right now, you're seeing like, we're live streaming all of our challenges and we're just making everything just public. Because I know a lot of people just like, there's so many things just required to do in this job right now that a lot of people just aren't taking action. Here's what you need to go ahead and know. You need basically one bullet to represent one skill. And the skills that you need is, okay, product strategy, leadership, researching new products and features, stakeholder management, reporting, user experience, product requirements, prioritization, blah, 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 blah. These are all the skills. That's why you want to come in here. So you're going to go into the resume description bullets and you're going to look up each and every one of these skills to go out there and make sure that you have a corresponding skill. Because a lot of the interview questions they're going to ask you is like, what's your experience with customer feedback? You want to go ahead and just grab one of these. Now, Any one of these bullets will do. Don't overthink it. Just get it into your resume first and just get it into your resume. The next thing that is important is basically this: you need some success and some achievements metrics. The thing that people need to understand about this is like, okay, there's a few ways for you to show metrics. This is the biggest reason why a lot of people are not getting interviews, a lot of reasons why people are not getting jobs, a lot of reasons why people are not able to justify their pay when they're negotiating the salary. This is freaking the most important thing that you ever have to do on your resume. And moving forward, I need to go ahead and tell you guys this. You need to set up a dedicated time every Friday or once a month to go out there and log out all the things that you're doing and all the impact that you're driving, as a recruit, as you know, on the job. Because the problem is, a lot of people, when they get laid off, they're just like, oh shit, how do I get this stuff on the resume? Or like when they do their performance review, they're just like, well, I think I deserve like more pay because I work really hard. Like, no, you need to have numbers. And that's what all these resume bullets are. You see this: led a successful launch of 3 products, resulting in a combined revenue of $5 million within the first 6 months of the release. Okay. What you're going to find that we have in common is like there is a clear starting metric and there is a clear ending metric and there is a clear time frame. We increase website traffic from we increase website traffic from 3,000 visitors a week to 7,000 visitors a week within 3 months. Very vague product manager resumes where they'll just have like increase resulting in a 20% increase in efficiency. I'm very sorry to have to be the one to tell you, what the hell does that even mean? Like 20% of what? We have to go back to this time right now. When we're talking about like before, and this is the story that I always reference for people if you've been watching me live. When I first left LA, California for New York, like in LA, you go and take a look at an apartment, you can come back with you and your significant other or by yourself, and they will just freaking tell you, like, 2 weeks later, and it'll still be there. In New York, you have to have all your shit ready, right? So when I send out my information to a leasing agent, I have my name, I have copies and screenshots of my W-2s, my bank statements. I'm letting them know I have a cashier's check for the down payment ready to go. I'm sending them screenshots from my career karma of my credit score. I'm letting them know what times I'm available this week to go ahead and view the properties. I can do it anytime after 5:30 this week. Fridays, I work from home. If you just let me know, I can get there by 11 o'clock. And this is my move-in date. I made a list of every single question that they're going to go ahead and ask, and I basically have those answers. So when they're getting blown up by 20 people for a really good property, I already have all of my information there. So they know to come to me first because it looks like I'm easier to work with. You got to do the same thing with your resume. Before, they would just go ahead, and this is actually going out for a lot of the experienced product managers that would back me up, is this. They would just ask you, okay, so I saw here that you optimized the process and the workflows that got a 20% efficiency. They would just ask you this question. I'm not here to say that you are lying, but you have to understand what are the next 1, 2, or 3 questions that they're going to ask you. This is really important for the back end too, because when they interview the amount of candidates that they do, a lot of, and this is actually going to be part of my interview preparation prep list is going to playlist is going to be this, so you want to go ahead and subscribe. A lot of people have proven to be duds during this time in the interview process, which is like they weren't really the product manager that they said they were in their previous company. And it's unfortunate to say this. I hope if you've been impacted that you're a good product manager, but there's also been a lot of shitty product managers that were very, very, very much justified in getting laid off. Good help is hard to find. You would think as business owners, we throw out a little bit of money and it's like, yeah, there should be, like, how many YouTube strategists I source through to go out there and get people? A lot. And it's just like, I'm willing to throw out this rate, 6 figures, okay, or like $100, $200 an hour to even get a consultation. And most people, it's just hot garbage. So you have to understand how angry these people are coming. The clearer you make these descriptions, the easier it's going to go ahead and be for them to want to interview you over other people. Okay, so when we're talking about here, how do you go out there and describe achievements? There's a few things: product launch success, market penetration, revenue growth, user engagement, cost optimization, agile implementation, customer satisfaction, and these are a few other lesser known I would say less important categories. Most people immediately go to revenue growth and they're like, I don't have that. I am effed. Don't do that. Well, can you talk about cost optimization? Can you talk about customer user engagement? Can you talk about customer satisfaction? Let's go ahead and actually talk about that, like user engagement. You got to be doing something with user engagement. I mean, we help a lot of people transition from customer success and sales, right? So it's like utilize in-depth user analytics, achieved a 25% increase in user activity and insights with 15% improvement in data decision making within the first quarter. It's like, Rich, but you're using percentages here. Well, you're supposed to add in those metrics. I don't know what your metrics are, but I'm just giving you guys like some general templates, right? Okay. Consolidated technology infrastructure leading to a 25% reduction in IT related expenses and a $3 million decrease in annual technology costs within one fiscal year. Starting metric, ending metric, clear dollar amounts, and it's a very crystal clear. I mean, when you guys are like scheduling calls with us, right? This is actually why we just put everything live on YouTube. You're not asking for like, you don't give a shit like, okay, how many people are getting jobs for. You care about whether or not you're going to get a job with us, right? So you guys want clear metrics. Like our average turnaround, as you see here, 90 days. It's about 90 days in this market, 90 to about 120 days. But we keep working with people until they actually get the job, like 60 days, 60 days. Like, because people aren't trying to be at this thing for a year. They want to see some very clear metrics. And how we show very clear metrics is let's start determining which metrics are important. But for most people, stop using percentages, just start having clear dollar amounts, claim time amounts. That's cost optimization. If we're talking about user engagement here, same thing. You can go out there and talk about we increased it from 6,000 average monthly users to 17,000 average monthly users, right? Get clear on the metrics. Should you make the metrics up? I will leave that to your good judgment. But here's the thing, but I say this over and over again. When you're interviewing for a product manager job, you have to believe you're the best. I love this clip. I tell all my people to watch
I love this game. I live this game. And there's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about? Let's face it, it's you against you out there. When you walk on that court, you have to think, I am the best guy out there. I don't care if LeBron's playing. So let me ask you again. Do you love this game?
Do you love this game? You got to go out there and believe you're the best person out there too. And this is actually the problem about why I'm very selective of the people that I choose to come into my program, is because I get all these people, dude, it's like, what do you want? Do you even enjoy feeling this way? It's horrible, man. So this is actually the next part is I'm gonna go out there and talk to you about how to go ahead and actually tune up, kind of give it the final touches of your resume template, which is if you're on a visa status, how should you go out there and approach that? You can skip that video if that doesn't apply to you, but also just other tidbits like education, certifications, side projects. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.